I'm going to be shocked at this. Let's see what happens. Oh my god. Oh. Why does YouTube look like shit when it comes to streaming? I'm gonna be quite honest here. It never looks good. It never does. I have the bitrate up on a bitrate that I never have it on, which is already like significantly higher than what I usually had for narrating. And we're still looking like shit. Uh-oh. There's already somebody in chat. How is that even possible? What? Are people literally just sitting... Are people literally just sitting and waiting for me? Oh my god, I feel so bad. I was literally thinking that nobody would be here right now. Bob! How you doing? I'm not exactly ready yet. I was just going to just start the stream and see if anybody will show up for a moment, like at least for a few minutes, just, you know, to start with. Because usually I just give a little bit of a time for people to come in and shit. And then we do the whole shindig with narrating and stuff. So I'll be right back. The only thing I really have to do is just... Yeah, I'm just going to put that wire up. I forgot to put that away. Be right back. Which just means you'll see me just walk to my bed and then walk away from the webcam frame for a few seconds. So... Exactly. Oh, oof. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, oh my god. Why does your fart smell like mustard, boy? Ah, it's fucking horrible. So, here's the first thing I'm going to talk about. Since how long I have been gone for, we have had a new cat come by in the house. Okay, that's it for now. All right. Anyways, hello everybody. How's it going? I don't know really how to start this, because to be fair, for one, I'm just going to be quite frank here. Well, the one thing I'm going to be quite frank with right now is the fact that I don't have the chat popped out. There we go. You always want to have chat popped out. All right, and then we make this smaller. I do have another monitor, but I have to wait on a conversion cable to come in, because it is a pretty old one. My cousin just gave it to me because I was needing a new one, and he had that one laying around. So yeah. Anyways, also, hey, what's up, Sam? Yeah, to be quite frank, the reason why I haven't even been around is because the ship has kind of sailed from me in terms of RWBY. I heard that Volume 6 has been great so far, but the only problem is that because of how long I have been in this state with RWBY itself, it's really hard to get out of that mindset, you know, just so I can enjoy the show again. But yeah, literally, it's just like there was already so much damage. And not only that, there's still some bullshit that happens in it. And RT is still pulling some bullshit moves that I hate, like, so goddamn much. So, yeah. I'm not really into RWBY as much as I thought I was anymore. Like, that's the worst part of this. Like, that's literally the first thing I'm starting out with before I even do a narration. It's just that, yeah, you are going to see a whole lot less of me here. I'm more focused on my Twitch channel and also just trying to finally make some content on the gaming channel that I've been doing. Well, it's like a multi-purpose channel at this rate. But yeah, it's really hard for me to really like get back into the swing of this just because of that fact that, well, it just took way too long for him to get good again. Does that mean I'm completely gone? No. I mean, some people might say that I might as well be, but I still got some fics to read. Honestly, I think that was the most painful thing to hear, quite honestly. I don't know who it was that asked me over Twitter, but someone asked me if I wanted to if I was even going to get back to doing narrations, because I wrote in my New Year's resolution that I wanted to do better with streaming. So that's the first thing already fulfilled for my year. I'm on a good streak so far compared to all the past years of narrating I've done. Well, in terms of the setup. Speedrun a game, get back into it again, which I am getting back to doing. I've gotten a world record a little while back, but only for a couple hours. So, I mean, at least it's a start somewhere. And then finally submit a run to Games Done Quick for this summer, and I'm doing my damnedest to do that. Especially with the game that I'm trying to run, which is Resident Evil 2 Remake. That is going to be one hell of a fucking goal. Especially since so many high-profile runners run that game. It's going to be fucking brutal. But, Then, yeah, no, like, there's literally an absence of just no narration goals or anything like that. But it was because, well, I'm just not into it anymore. Well, not into not the narrating thing, not into RWBY. Kind of hard to find motivation nowadays for that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, there's still some fics I want to read. I don't really want to leave what I've done behind, except for the fact that some of my fanfics are not even done. I think I started on one and then only made one chapter for it. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was fucking horrible. Oh wow, Tear of Light. Oh my god, I didn't even see what she had done in the longest fucking time, and I see now for the update of this current week. Well, actually, not even this current week. Hold on, when was that? Oh yeah, no, it was the start of this week. She literally said that she's gonna be writing it on an as I write them basis. That basically means when I finally write something, I will post it up. I can no longer promise updates on a semi-regular basis, unfortunately. Oh, that's pretty sad. Man, I think she's still working on that Abyssian Night show, which I just heard more stuff on, and I was thinking like, wow, it's still alive. I thought that project died or something, because it seemed like an interesting project. I mean, it was inspired by RWBY, and people can kind of tell that. But yeah, no. So, what was the last thing that happened? Even I don't know at this rate. So, let's go back here real quick. Okay, so 10 to 12 was done. Oh wow. 10 to 12 was done, and then a whole bunch of shit later we're on 13 to 15, but wow. July of 2018 was the last time I've done a narration. That's fucking horrible. Yeah, I won't even know what's been going on with their story just because of how long it's been. I can't believe it. So, I wow. Like quite literally I pull up the fic and I'm literally just second guessing myself. Oh, God damn it. I knew this was going to happen. Oh, man. I knew this was going to happen so badly. I was not expecting this to go smoothly at all, and it's not. It is not. Oh, fuck me. Actually, real quickly, I want to switch over to the other scene collection that I have because of all the hold on, let me switch over real quick. All right. What the fuck? Why does it look more washed out on the colors there? All right. Yeah, the biggest reason why I decided like I just did that is just because I forgot that you can't really import your goddamn presets for your microphone filters. So any like sort of noise cancellation or noise gate or compressor that I have going with this, it's not I can't do that with the with making a new scene. So jumping back on this one for now because more prepped on this. But not only that, I did not think. Well, I thought this was gonna happen. I knew it was that I was going to hesitate as soon as I pulled up the story. Wow, I feel like I'm paralyzed. No, I'm not even joking. I feel like I'm a deer staring at headlights and like have no idea what to do. Wow. Okay. What what is a good I'm guessing then if this is going to be the case, then man, I should have literally thought about this. This is fucking horrible. All right. Shit. Ew. Like literally I don't know what to do. I'm literally like just stuck. Oh man. Why am I not surprised? Also, what the fuck is up with my eyebrows? Fuck. I just noticed that. Man, I'm gonna be quite frank here. I don't know if I can do this right now. Hmm. Expected to lock up here, but I mean, I was hoping that there might be some way to feel like a sort, not redemption. That's stupid. Um, I guess I was sort of thinking that I was gonna get over it, as soon as I was talking and stuff before we got to it. But no, I'm locked up here. I don't know what to do. You know what? Let me just. I'm gonna need a bit more time. Just a bit more time. Let me just. I'm just gonna. Let's just pretend this stream never happened, and and hopefully a few days or so I can like just get back and just be able to read, because I just cannot right now. It's the weirdest feeling to like not be able to fucking read. But this is literally my first time jumping back onto a fanfic too. This isn't the first, like, this isn't like, oh, it's my first time in a long time narrating again. No, not only that, it's also, I haven't seen a goddamn fanfic in a long time. I have kept myself away from RWBY for good reasons at that. I have my reasons. And I kind of just express them a lot. I'm not, yeah, like during that time the show only made me feel bad and miserable, so I just cut off everything of like that was RWBY based for me. And it's like that. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. Fanfiction should be fun, not make you anxious. I know. Like that's the one thing about it. I am so shocked that I'm anxious about it. I have never felt so anxious. The last time I felt this anxious about anything regarding fanfiction is when I was publishing my first story on fanfiction. That was back in 2013. Yeah, literally about 6 years ago. Holy shit. You know what? No. I'm not gonna cut the stream. I don't want to do that. Even though I was literally just going on about saying, "Oh, we'll pretend the stream never happened. We'll do another one later." No, I don't want to just cut the stream like that. That's fucking horrible to do. Um, yeah. Give me a moment. Mm. Yeah, Volume 3 did it to me. I felt fanfiction. D-Menace is my jam. It makes me cry. Oh. I haven't seen anyone that has arrived since the gigantic leave that was most of the old authors just picking up their stuff and going elsewhere. That was the thing that killed me. Like just seeing all the people that were here before like volume 4 and 5 ruined it for a lot of people. Because volume 3, like at the very end, was like the one thing that really, that was the one thing that started making me like not like the show that much, because of bullshit character arcs and completely reversing character development. But yeah, like V4 and 5 did it for me and so many others. And because of how long I've been in this state, it really does feel like there is nothing left for me in this. It really does. Not gonna lie. Also, I'm like super hungry. I just heard my stomach grumble. Oh man. It's absolutely horrifying to feel this way because I wanted to get back to writing too. I wanted to get back to writing, and because someone did ask if I was even gonna go back to writing reading fanfics on this, I didn't respond. I didn't even respond to it. I didn't even know what to say. I mean, I literally typed up responses that can help, like, with, saying like, oh, I will come back eventually, but it would always end up me just going Control A, delete, and then just going on with my day afterwards, just not even responding to the post afterwards. Because even I'm unsure of how I feel until this moment came in. Until the moment I finished up a stream and then decided to do a narration stream. Because why not? I was having a hard time anyways in Resident Evil 2. Man, RT, why did you make me feel this fucking way? Maybe try to read shorter fics. I find just getting something accomplished helps build your confidence back up. Sorry. Huh. Not that bad of an idea. I mean, that's what I wanted. That's actually why I started reading The Princess's Rogue, because I didn't realize what I signed up for with a beacon of hope. Oh, 75 fucking chapters. But what would be a good short fic to read then? What would be? Let me take a look at this list of fanfics that I have here that I could probably read. I thought that guy's name was spelled LaCroix for a moment. I'm like, that shit tasting water. Is that LaCroix? Oh no, not this fucking Shaw. Oh no, I can't read that one. I can't read that one. Son of a bitch. Hi, dude, I am new here, but I love your video. Oh, thank you. You caught me at a terrible time. You caught me at a super terrible time, Slayer. Oh man, home is where the soul rests. It's the fic that makes me cry every time. I cry every time. Let me go look for this one. Let me go take a gander at it, and maybe I can read that one. Oh, son of a bitch. Ah. I hate when I have to look at it. Oh, there it is. Don't worry about it. I still worry. Shit. The only reason why this fic has already given me some sort of feels is because way back when in high school, thanks to my sister exposing me to pop punk and stuff like Real Friends, and then later on a little bit of metal and post-hardcore. I remember one song from Real Friends. I think it was Skin Deep is what it was called. And I was like, "Home is where the soul rests, huh?" And all I could think about was just one set of lyrics that just went, oh yeah, yeah. I think it was like, "I'll never know how it feels to be home again. I've been told back home is where the heart is. That's the case. I've never been home." I remember that. Shit. I haven't really felt at home in a very long time in regards to this. Cause this was my home field, like just literally like writing. Cause I was like one of the super yeah, I'm like I was one of the OGs. Like pretty much like right after the show first started, that's when I started writing. So after a while, I felt really at home with the community, and then the community got bad. All right, you know what? Then I gotta say though, as soon as I was fuck. Wait, this was the. Oh god damn it! I knew this was familiar. I knew this was so familiar. Moncon. I remember that. Oh man, I was like, I remember like hearing about this story. Actually, I was going to write for Moncon, but I didn't get to because I was still fucking timid about it. Ugh. Shit. That's a fucking case of irony right there. That is a huge case of irony. Stare you deep in the fucking face. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. If I feel up for it afterwards, maybe we will we will go and start continuing Princess's Rogue. But let's read this first. I just want to see how it is. Just literally testing the waters for the umpteenth time again, and just see where it takes us. If it doesn't take me to where, I feel comfortable, then, well, shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do then. If not, then at least, well, if that is the case, then at least I hope that this narration was fine doing this short story. But for now, don't get a tub of popcorn because that's terrible for you. And why would you do that in a apparently feelsy sort of story? And two, I guess let's just get down to it. So, thank you, by the way, Immortal, for giving me this recommendation. Oh wait, shit, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I will be right back. Sorry, you couldn't read my invisible words there. I'm glad you're back recording. I've been listening to A Beacon of Hope, The Castle of Ice. I love it. I also realized, thank you for reminding me about this, by the way. I've been hit with copyrights with those chapters, which honestly I'm not surprised by because I did play some music in those, though some of them were kind of outright bullshit, and honestly I just don't want to deal with that stuff because that's distressing. And YouTube just sucks at that. They just cannot get their shit right with it. At least it doesn't really affect anything much. I haven't gotten any strike or anything like that, which I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. If you copyright strike a channel that has only like 380 subs, oh my god, this fucking website's hopeless. Yeah. Anyways, though, for right now, let me go and fucking read, please. Though, oh, fuck, I should probably close the door much more. Hold on. Okay. Oh, fuck. The worst fucking timing ever. As I hear someone coming in, I know who it is. Hold on. Hold on. Do not, and I mean, do not come into my room. All right. Okay. Let's just hope we don't get interrupted. Because fuck, this is gonna be a horrible recording or horrible VOD if it is. If we do, I don't have a lock on my door after being in this room for more than a year now. So yeah, gotta make do with what I have. All right, let's begin finally. Though let me take a deep breath because I'm gonna need it. Oh god, my all right, it's not horrible. You're worrying yourself over nothing. I'm the person that really hates getting interrupted during a recording. It's daunting to get interrupted on a constant basis. All right, so here's the summary. Also, this is the this is the MonCon winner back from August, D Menace. Home is where the soul rests. After a decade-long huntress career and more accolades than she can count, Ruby Rose's last day of fighting monsters has finally come and gone. Finding a quiet place to rest where she reflects on her childhood dream and wonders what she'll do next now that the last page of her little fairy tale has been written. These windows don't really do much to block out the outside world. I've just realized that. I was going to put chat up on the side, which is why you see my camera at an offset angle. Here, just for you guys that are OCD about that stuff. I don't even think that's centered. Center the screen. Bam. Boom. Done. Perfection. Sorry to ask you this, but do you think you could find a beacon of hope? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Am I thinking what I'm thinking? Are you making a joke there? or do you mean like to find recordings of a beacon of hope? Because I'm gonna be quite honest with you, new computer and all, but I literally lost all of my narration, all my narration recordings and stuff. So anything that I have recorded in advance that I never got to finish or was going to finish later on, they're gone. A little sad, but yeah, comes with the territory. I'm fine with the trade-off, especially since it's made streaming so much easier. Could you finish A Beacon of Hope? You mean as in do the sequel? I heard the sequel's not that good. Not only that, I'm quite astonished though that I think there was one video that was not. I think there was a video that was taken down because we did finish it. It was done. We did finish that story. Hence why there was a finale stream and all that. Here, okay, so here we go. It's not that long of a one shot. I am quite surprised. Though I have a feeling though that I have a feeling there was probably like a word limit. I usually see one shots at like 4 or 5K words, maybe even 10K. But 2K. Huh. All right. Well, I guess then we should get to it. Home is where the soul rests. Son of a bitch. I'm getting nervous again. I can feel it like so crazy right now. It is just going nuts. All right. Dawn broke above Mountain Glen, casting away the darkness and bringing new light to the kingdom of Vale. Limping and dragging their feet through a war-torn field covered in craters and bullet casings was a hooded figure with a tattered red cape following not far behind. She walked, leaning on her sniper's slice just to keep herself upright, and defiantly climbed a gentle hill where a large oak tree grew. She collapsed against the base of the tree in a sitting position, her left hand resting where her black waist cincher had been stained dark red. Despite her blurry vision, she could easily follow the trail of crimson to the sizable puddle not far from the evaporating carcass of a large beast. She tried channeling what little aura she had remaining, but despite her decade as a huntress, she still wasn't much better at aura manipulation than she was as an underage, inexperienced freshman all those years ago. Absently, her other hand played with the many rips and tears in her flesh that represented too many close calls to count. Never again, Ruby rasped, looking up at the radiant sky that thanks to her local villagers would be able to enjoy for at least another day. The heavens were set ablaze in a fiery golden light, and she half expected to see her sister rocketing over the mountaintops any moment now. Not that she'd be actually able to see it, of course. With a sigh, she glanced down at the padded boots that had been a gift for her birthday. But narrowing her eyes, she noticed the bits of charred flesh and blood-stained rose-patterned socks poking through her burned rubber soles. She had broken her promise to Yang again, and pushed her semblance and her mother's inheritance too far past her body's breaking point, all in the name of accomplishing her mission and protecting a few dozen strangers who didn't even know anyone was there for them. If this was indeed her final mission as a huntress, however, she had wanted it to be her finest moment and to go out on her terms, not have it taken away from her like what had happened to her sister. Her dull-colored eyes closed and she bowed her head, drifting in and out of consciousness as she asked anyone listening to give her strength and perhaps a sign. When their heavy eyelids reopened, she half expected to finally see the world in vivid color again, but was only met with disappointment by everything still being blurry and in a washed-out gray, just like her once silver eyes. As for a sign, all she got was a broken body and a sniper's sight too damaged to fold back up properly, but still holding itself together out of sheer stubbornness. Oh man. Sorry I couldn't keep up, Crescent, Ruby apologized, caressing the sniper's sight stained by a black tar-like substance. I know you want to keep killing Grim, but I think that Goliath was my last. She smiled at her sweetheart with her crimson aura still shimmering and pulsating around its naked and gouged blade. Oh, don't give me that. Her voice rose, becoming less haggard and more high-pitched. If you were so big and bulky, I could have fit a silencer on you, and we wouldn't have had to deal with a 30-foot-tall, bloodthirsty elephant. Crescent Rose remained silent. No, I'm not calling you fat. You're just big-boned, is all. A smile tugged on her lip, and she laid the weapon in her lap, running her hands through the metallic threads that had once been solid steel as if they were human hair. We can still kill the occasional Beowulf back on patch, all right. But that's it. Again, the sniper's sight did not respond. All right, fine. The occasional Beowulf pack, and I'll shoot any Nevermores I see. Deal? She must have gotten the answer she was hoping for, as Ruby closed her eyes, imagining not for the first time what retirement would be like. She had spent the better part of her life dreaming of becoming a huntress, but for the past year or so, all she dreamed about was what she would do when it was over. Even go so far as to fulfill her 4-year mission quota in just 2. For seemingly her entire life, Ruby had been considered young, usually too young for the life she wanted to lead. But while the world she protected still considered her young and still with the rest of her life ahead of her, the 29-year-old huntress felt every mission in her decade-long career, as well as her 4 years of training, not to mention all of her and her team's playful fights that were often more violent than her encounters with alphas. She envisioned herself back on Patch, living in a cozy cottage, just like the one she grew up in, picking strawberries and sitting on the front porch with Zwei living out his final years napping on her leg. Mice had always said that being raised in the Shao Long household and later living in the Team RWBY dorm must have taken years off the comfort Corgi's too short life. But being surrounded by all that love and powerful aura his entire life seemed to have had the opposite effect, and Zwei was still as spry and energetic as ever, despite pushing 23. Okay. 23 is pretty long. He's doing good. The longer Ruby thought about a quiet life in the snowy mountains, the more her foot began to twitch, however, almost as if already restless. She reassured herself that it wouldn't be so bad and that all of her teammates had adjusted to civilian life. Weiss, her partner and best friend forever, had retired after only her first tour, but had stepped into a world Ruby found much more terrifying than facing down living nightmares. She was now the CEO of her family's company and was committed to restoring the Schnee Dust Company to its former glory. But despite being the richest and arguably most powerful woman on Remnant, she still made time for her partner and took her to the premiere of every new Disney movie. Wow. Even going so far as to perform a private concert just for her of their favorite songs back at their penthouse. Blake, just like Weiss, had also retired after her first Huntress tour to pursue something Ruby thought was even more admirable. She was now the chiefess of Menagerie's largest city, Kuolkuana, the same port city she had once wandered aimlessly in the streets of Hungary and alone Faunus, I guess, and was taking great strides to make sure no Faunus ever had to grow up in the same way she did. Oh, wait, fuck. Well, fuck that up. She was even working alongside the CEO of the Schnee Dust Company, something no human or faunus ever thought they'd see again after the War of the Maidens. To build Menagerie their very own CCT towers so that the faunus homeland would no longer be cut off from the rest of the world. There was even serious talk of the once lawless territory being officially recognized as the southernmost kingdom of Menagerie. And as RWBY understood it, there was only one name anyone was seriously considering to be its first ever prime minister. Then there was her big sister. In her mind, the greatest huntress to ever live. Ying had been forced to retire before the end of her second tour when she finally met a grim tougher meaner than herself. She received the highest honors a huntress could receive, and RWBY had been there to dig the medals out of her hospital room's trash can. For months, all her sister did was wish that she had died in that awful battle, gone out with dignity like too many friends and family, and only stopped trying to finish the job herself when she met the man that made her feel alive again. Together they had the most beautiful little girl anyone had ever seen with a second on her way, and RWBY could think of no better person to take up the mantle of supermom. Her big sis had been doing it practically all her life after all. They were all incredible. Every single one. And despite the fact that she was arguably the most accomplished and decorated huntress of the past century, RWBY couldn't help still admiring and looking up to her teammates, just as she did when she was a silly 15-year-old girl. RWBY lifted her hand from her stomach and saw the bleeding had finally slowed, but the pain still hadn't subsided. With an unsteady hand, she reached into her now mostly empty ammo belt. It fished around with numb fingers until she found a plastic baggie filled with homemade chocolate chip cookies, baked for her by Supermom before she set out on her final adventure. I could be a baker, she said dreamily, as though it had been staring her in the face all this time. She took a bite of a cookie, thinking it over, narrowly missing her fingers before licking them clean. Her head felt both heavy and as though if it were floating up to the burnt orange sky, and in the clouds she found a face she had not seen since her final day in patchwork. She smiled and dropped her cookies atop crescent rows and wrapped herself comfortably in the old cloak before closing her eyes. I'll see you soon, Mom. I'm coming home. I've been always for the hardest. Oh my god. Wow, holy shit. Yeah, no, I can see why that won. Absolutely, I can see why it did. Fuck me. Wow. Huh. What? I wish I could write something like that. Holy fucking balls. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I love that fic so much. Well, you're welcome. I hope I did it justice. Yeah, I hope I did. Just thought, oh man. Wow. I don't think I don't think I'm actually getting feelsy because of the story itself. It's more like just I feel like it's more like just the thought that I've gotten from it. I said to myself that I won't stop writing RWBY fanfics until the one story I write that I know would be the one that could really just, be the last of what I write. Like something that I'm proud of, something that people loved and will always look back on. That's the one thing I've always wanted with that. And yeah. It's sort of like that. As the time went on, yeah. As the time went on, I always kept thinking about it. I wanted to write just one final story, or at least just finish up whatever stories I've written, and make sure that I write them in a way that I would feel proud writing them, and not only that, just to see if people would love and look back on it, because that's exactly what I wanted from this. Well, from writing. I didn't I didn't get to that point. I've already kind of been gone from it. And it's it's the first thing I'm gonna say is fuck that fucking fly that just came from my lamp. I guess there was a fly in there. I will say that I do wish I can get back to writing. I do wish I can get back into RWBY. I do wish I can get back to narrating as often as I did back when. It's so different now. It is. I didn't expect to be at this point. Though, then again, I don't think anyone expected to be at this point in time in their lives. It always pains me to like think about it because it's just there's these unfinished things that I have never gotten around to doing or finishing up and just, ending off that chapter in my life. And most likely that chapter will be left unfinished. It will be left unfinished in my opinion. That's the worst thing about being a writer is that as soon as you are feeling the need to stop, in terms of a fan fiction basis, as soon as you have that feeling you want to stop writing for that fandom or just stop writing fanfics in general, it can be very hard to just determine whether or not this is the one thing you want to end it with. And for me, I wrote a lot. I've made some things that I consider that many people have still read to this day. And I met a lot of amazing people throughout that part of my life, just writing and inspiring them or motivating them to continue writing or just doing something that that benefited them, that brought out something new in them. And that was the best thing about writing. It was just that feeling, the responses, the people that that felt happier from reading it, or at least read something that really took them out of life and just gave them something that they could enjoy for the brief moment they have. That is one of my favorite parts of actually just content creation in general. And then just seeing the responses, seeing what people think, that's the best part for me too. It's just there's one great part after another. The most miserable part that ever came from it was writing. That's the funniest thing to say, but that's not a fucking lie. Especially for those that, if you ask anybody that stopped for reasons of like not being motivated or not being inspired anymore, it's that. It will be that, the writing and planning process. Because as soon as you lose that drive, as soon as you don't feel that motivated anymore to continue, it gets bad. Because you're forcing yourself at that rate. And I felt that way for a very long time. Red Snowflakes felt like a forced right at that moment. Even before I even finished it off, and even when I asked whether or not I should even make a epilogue, which I was seriously wishing that people said no. I don't know why I even bothered to ask in the first place if I wasn't going to fulfill it. But I was thinking that maybe I could. No. That didn't happen. We got to the overture. I made it to the harmony of it, but I never got to the finale of the piece. Yeah, just stopping yourself at the harmony of it all. It felt better to just be mesmerized by what you've done instead of just seeing the finale through. Especially in that state of mind. It doesn't help either that high school was terrible along with intermediate school when I first started. They were not good years. Well, save for a couple moments. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still utterly disappointed in the fandom because, well, lo and fucking behold, anytime you try to make any sort of valid criticism or try to talk about something that's a what if scenario, like way back when, you get flamed or shat on for it and probably crucified. That is not a lie. And I've actually fucking proven that just by posting about something from Volume 5 that was a real flaw and seeing what people will think about it. No, 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 no. I was met with not only horrible responses, but I was met with a lot of people that didn't even fucking read up on lore or even like pay attention to how things are done as if they even were paying attention to it. Just to see the bitterness and harshness and complete blindsidedness of the RWBY fandom, that really put the nail in the coffin. It did. Because at that rate, it wasn't just RT that I felt was ruining it all. They were just soiling something that was okay. It had some amazing moments in it that really shined on me. That really made me want to write. I mean, the writing was pretty good in a lot of moments. It was okay in some, but it never was terrible. It never felt meh or bad. It was afterwards, after Volume 3, that it felt that way. But it wasn't them that completely killed it. You can thank the community for that. Doing it again. I am doing that thing again. It's really hard just to not think about it. Like, really. Every time I always think about doing this again, I always get that same feeling I do. Like, remembering exactly why I stopped. Because it's still something prevalent. It's very prevalent nowadays. You can have a following that would be blind and would just agree with anything you do or just love you for anything that you've done. Just because you made an amazing piece at first and then later on, it's still kind of shit. Well, no, later on, it becomes shit, but who cares? It was a great show, right? It used to be a great show. They did great stuff. It's RT. Who cares? I'm gonna fucking get crucified myself. That is another reason. That is a reason why I just don't want to watch Volume 6. The ship has sailed. The damage was done. What made a great show and a great community devolved into being a shit fest for 2 volumes, along with a community that became utterly toxic. That drove out so many people, old and that were coming in just barely at that moment in time. Not that I'm saying that everyone is horrible in there. There's still some good people. There is. I mean, at least I'd like to think there is. Because I haven't done anything with the fandom in like ages. And I'd rather not. But yeah, those 2 volumes were just complete, like was just a complete change to me. And that change is just, it's still driving me away. Am I going to come back and finish up narrations? Am I going to come back and finish up writing? It's a solid I don't know. It's a big I don't know. That's also why I'm not promising anything this stream. Yeah. That is the biggest reason why I'm not going to say anything about whether or not I'm going to be coming back for another fic when you'll see me again, because I know for damn sure I might not fulfill it, or two, I might forget about this channel in about a few weeks time. I'm not going to lie. I've been so happy with doing Twitch streaming and meeting a whole bunch of people just there. I've never felt happier in that place than where I was when I was doing these narrations, these writings, these responses to the community, these showings whenever you would, sit down and watch an episode of RWBY. Streaming on Twitch has been literally a complete turnaround compared to those. And I'd rather stay in that spot. Don't feel like you're alone. That's why I avoid the show and the toxic members of the fandom these days. Do what you love and be with people who love you. Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not trying to say that that's another thing too. I like saying like as like RT as a whole, like, saying it as like though is like some entity. No, there's still some funny people in there. And not only that, even some of the people that I looked up to on YouTube, Bed Bananas, Kryken, those guys. I know Tomatoes with them too, but I barely got into him, and I love his stuff, and he's a funny guy. I love him. But Kryken and, well, Bed Bananas was the one guy that I looked up to for the longest time, and seeing him, Kryken, and Tomato actually, being a part of RT, I that must mean that there's something good in there still. I mean, Bebenas is the biggest reason why I'm even here. Yeah. Like, if I were to have a list of inspirations, he's the biggest one. Just because he makes content that people would think that is weird, but is still one of the best genuine content on gaming for YouTube, in my opinion. And I really wish that he would blow up or something, because he deserves it. And yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe sometime later on, I will get back to reading. Maybe. I'm really like that unsure. I will get back to narrating whenever I, feel and know that I won't be hesitant. However long will that be? I don't know. But that's also why so many others have come onto YouTube to do narrations. Even though I look at some of them and I kind of cringe a bit. Oh, the truth. I kind of cringe a little bit at some of them. I cringe at myself sometimes, but I try my best not to sound like a complete total asshat. But I mean, what can you do? What can you do? So, for now, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, we're not gonna be continuing the Princess's Rogue right now. I'm just not up for it. I'll see you guys later. And if you have not actually followed the Twitch channel, because that's where you'll see me often now, then I highly recommend that you follow. I'm gonna try and sit down to watch volume 6 because I think it's already over. I think the show's already over. Well, no, the volume's over. I mean, I don't know. Fuck. I haven't been keeping up because why would I? But yeah, no. I'll try and see if I can get back into the swing of things, starting with watching the volume and seeing how they have gotten better. Though I still want to keep those cards on the table for writing and narrating. If I just decide to stop narrating, you'll know. You will know. And writing, I should probably think about it. I just been putting it off. I have been too scared. It was, man, my opinion, but I had some good moments. I'm scared, honestly, to even, like, well, I was thinking about, honestly, just stopping writing and making an announcement and stuff, but I've been so terrified to just make an announcement because I felt so troubled and unsure about making that decision. Same thing goes with narrating, which is why I've also been absent for a long time. After the thing with my PC, having issues, which that's done. Ugh. It's a beautiful baby this thing is. But yeah, I'll see you later, guys, and have a great day. Stay classy.